What's going on, YouTube? Pistol Pete here. Like always, I gotta be a little quiet, got a sleeping baby nearby, so you dads out there know what I'm talking about, but I'm trying to still pump out these videos for you and show you what I got and give you my opinion on it. Okay, so today, as you could tell by the title, it is the Cuma Kage blade by Tops Knives. Let me tell you, this thing is badass. Absolutely love it. The one I have is the blackout version, and this one was designed by Wei-san Johnny, and hopefully I'm not butchering that name, but Wei-san Johnny, and he is a martial arts instructor and I guess lifelong dude doing this. He's some badass dude, you know. I never really had a chance to look him up too much and see what he does, but I'm sure he's a tough guy, you know, which he knows what he's doing with, I guess, making these style blades. So it's almost like a fighting style blade, right? It's going to be like a short sword, you know, more than a knife. And it's pretty badass. You know, my opinion, I would rather use this for self-defense over even a katana, or I shouldn't say katana, but a wagasashi, because it's around the same length. Because this thing is, you know, Tops has that badass 1095. Well, before I go any further, let me throw up the specs on there, so I don't have to go over every little thing for you guys. You can actually see it, and then or you can also go to Blade Ops to check out them too, but I'm gonna put it up here for you guys. Okay, you see well, all the specs are there, so let's just get into it. You know, I'll give you a little specs as well as I go, but I just want to first just give you guys that so you could see what it is. Check this thing out, man. And this is one of the Tops that, not a lot of the Tops, but come with these Kydex sheath, but they threw it in with this one, and it's badass. I mean, this needed a Kydex sheath, and it actually holds pretty well. I mean, this thing is in there. Very, very little rattle. Little bit, but very little. In there pretty tight, so nice and secure. I mean, I still wouldn't rock this inverted because you have the chance of it popping out, but pretty tight, you know. And then it does have a dangler, like a solid steel ring. Bitchin'. Nice and thick. The Kydex is just done, executed perfectly. It's just done perfectly. Couldn't ask for a better Kydex. I wouldn't even, this is it. The Tops finally gets listening to the customers. They're getting rid of that ballistic nylon sheath crap and getting some good stuff here, man. This is badass. And this one here again is the blackout version, which there's limited run of this. And I guess the funny story is I saw a lot of people were confused, including myself. They thought this was maybe a knockoff, a replica, or some, you know, shitty Chinese one, you know, because Tops usually does with that like orange looking or yellow looking canvas marcata scales, and here they do the black ones. So a lot of people thought this was fake, right? Because I think this was exclusive for Blade Ops, and so even I was like, yeah, I don't know. So I didn't buy it either. And then I see a couple content reviews. I believe it was Gun N Blade, or Gun N, the letter N and then Blades. He did a tabletop review on this as well, and he's saying no, it's legit. It's authentic Tops. Comes with the little blue authenticity sheet, and it's just freaking badass. And so then I saw some other guys say the same thing. Nope, it's an exclusive, blah blah. So then I saw the even Blade Ops did their little promo for it. So I went right back right away and bought it. I was like, no, I'm gonna buy that thing. It's freaking badass. It's just freaking sick. So I bought it, and and it was funny. Within a day or two, I even told one of my friends, because he freaking was like, oh, that thing is pretty bad. I might go get one. He went back and said, hey man, I thought you get it from this website. They're sold out. I was like, yeah, I knew it. And that's why, because even the regular ones with the not the blackout edition, just the standard, even those you can't find anywhere. And these are the only ones that were available were this one here. But everyone thinking, you know, a lot of people were thinking it was a fake replica version. This is actually a legit licensed Tops knife. So they sold out after that word got out, you know, and thank God I got one, because this thing's badass. And I do like the blackout edition. It makes it a little bit different, you know. So let's take a look at this, and look at that. Awesome, look at that lockup. Nice lockup. So let's put this down. Let's do a drive-by here. Check out this thing, man. I love how they do this swell right here to get that extra momentum while chopping down. Just bitching, man. And then you got right there the Cuma Kage Tops logo, and then his stamp there on it as well. This one here is 22 Serial is 22-1036. So I don't know if that's number 22 out of that many runs they did. I'm not too sure. I do like how they did that. Pretty cool looking futuristic fullers. Pretty bitchin'. I like that. The 3 different fullers there. Awesome, awesome handle. You got the three pin, or actually four pins holding that in. And 1/4 inch thick. Look at that, 1/4 inch thick blade. Then you have here for your little spike, your little skull buster. They also, he refers to it as for puño, which is pressure point hitting. That would do more than, I don't care where you hit someone with that, man. You don't even know pressure points. You just hit them anywhere, and that will incapacitate you for sure. You smack someone in the skull with that, man, you're you're busting a hole in their head, man, for sure. Got a nice little lanyard there. We got those red liners, which is bitching. It makes it pop. And he did say he was, I guess he's a big fan. Johnny Wayson is a big fan of G.I. Joes. So he kind of built this around the Snake Eyes blade from G.I. Joes. And I guess that made it the official blade for that. Bitchin'. I mean, I grew up on G.I. Joes, and this is like, you kind of live out your child fantasy with considered a fantasy blade, but this is a fully functional, badass freaking beat it blade. Let's check out this side now. So this side says Blackout Edition. So it is the Blackout Edition. And you got your stamp of where it's made in Idaho, or Topps headquarters. And oh man, and this thing came razor sharp all the way through. I mean, just absolutely razor blade. Thing is just badass. And I love how it stays thick all the way up until the tip here. So you got a nice strong tip. And like I said, and it's not too heavy. It's, because it's kind of almost like a short sword, right? So this thing is, the blade length is 15.5 inches long. So you got a long, nice, slender blade, even though it's a 1/4 inch thick. I mean, this thing is pretty agile. I mean, you can move it pretty fast and not, it doesn't feel too heavy for chopping. I mean, you got that fast comeback with it. You could almost get a 2-hand grip with this. I got kind of bigger hands, but you could almost get it in there. It kind of folds in right here. If you squeeze your hands together, you can get 2 hands in here. And man, just extra control just for chopping and doing whatever. But it's very controllable, very nimble, pretty light for what it is. It's for a huge, thick, 1/4 inch thick stock knife. Very nimble, and the grooves, the cutouts they do here in the grip, these 2-finger cutouts, man, they fit the hand absolutely perfectly. They just squeeze, it just melts into your hand. It just feels so good. You got a really good purchase. You don't have to worry about this, flying out of your hand or anything like that. I mean, especially for me, I got a pretty strong grip, so this ain't going nowhere. Just bitching, man. This thing is definitely super thankful I got this one, pulled the trigger, because if I waited, like I said, a day or two more, my friend tried it a couple days later and they sold out. So lucked out with this. Very fortunate to get it added to my collection. There's only a few Topps blades left, because there's only a few that I really dig. And as you know me, you follow my channel, I love big blades. I'm a big blade guy. I do have small, for me, again, my personal preference, I get the reasons, but for me personally, small blades, I just use folders. Give me a cold steel with a triad lock any day, and I can make that a bushcraft knife and take it out with me. I don't need a fixed small blade. So, cold steel, they make, even their fixed small blades are huge, robust. You can't break those damn things. And so I don't have too many small fixed blades, but what I do collect is fixed blades is going to be just these huge folders. These huge fixed blades, these, things like this. This has to be considered a short sword. This isn't even you can't even consider this a bowie or or just a regular fixed blade knife. This would be a short sword, and it just badass, and it's cool. I like how Topps does just different things, and my 3 top favorite bowie knives. I have almost all of them now, which is, I'm getting a little collection of Topps now because I'm starting to become more and more of a fan. But I have to say the Armageddon is another bitchin' blade, which I still have to do a review on. And then my Extreme Skull Crusher blade, that one's by E.J. Snyder. That's a sick ass knife too. So I have those ones, and then this one. man, you just can't go wrong. All these are just, I guess, I think they're also the biggest ones tops off are those ones I called out. The only other one I think is a Storm Vector, which I'd like to have, but to me, it's not that appealing as far as there's no, like this here is just beautiful. I mean, just the cutout, the way they do it, there's a lot of detail work in this. So that appeals to me a lot, you know. With the Storm Vector, it's still cool looking knife, but it's, you know, obviously it's more of like a Viking style sax type blade, but just real primitive, really plain looking. So for the price and for what I use it for, I don't know if I'm gonna get it. We'll see. I mean, it'd be cool to have it. I do like that big blade, but I'm thinking about that. Still thinking about that. But other than that, you know, I said the Armageddon and that Extreme Skull Crusher, the other two I have, and those are bitching too. Big, thick, awesome blades. But I'm just, like I said, guys, super fortunate to add this one to my collection. Just awesome. And this right here, like I said, if something hit the fan and I had to leave my house, this, I would definitely put this on my hip. I would take a smaller knife, a couple folders, maybe another smaller fixed blade. When I say smaller, I mean another like 10-inch fixed blade, and then this. I mean, this right here will keep shit back. You got that reach, and you know, unless you're into like, you know, katanas and stuff like that. But this, in my opinion, again, I know I'm probably gonna hear a lot of shit for this, but I would take this over a wakizashi. You know, you got that chopping, this little bit heavier front, this wider front here, and you got that, again, 1095 steel, 1/4 inch thick, that differentially heat treated, and you got that weight coming down in front. I mean, you lop a head off with this, I think, easier than with the freaking katana or a wakizashi. I think so. I mean, again, that's my opinion, but it's just bitching, man. I freaking love it. Absolutely love it. All right, YouTube, I just wanted to show this for you real quick and let you guys see this Cuma Kage Blackout Edition. And that's it. Pure badassery. All right, guys, until next knife or whatever.